You're calling for me?
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon.
Are you okay, Ganyu?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about this. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning... Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in... Either way, if this part of...
You really think so? But this story is all the way from... Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Then she looked just like... Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them once I was sure that they were going to be okay.
Got it. So basically...
No, it's not like that.
Well, what if this adeptus in this... She was probably thinking something like...
That was actually... As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the... If you'll be able to confirm... I've been in Lea Harbor for so...
Sounds great! And we're pretty...
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the Cloud Never mind. Traveler? Paimon?
Seems like this is a tough... Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Wait, did she leave him? Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't...
Huh? Did we...
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the... True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be... Since she's not here...
Uh-oh. Got it!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the adept. We can't hear any music right now, but...
Yes, I think that...
So, all we have to do is get... You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep.
Take it easy.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
How do you feel right now? Shenhe! And the...
Why don't you say something? Okay, fine. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is...
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, traveler.
Okay. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how...
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not...
As ever, the Conqueror...
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just... How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite?
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master.
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer...
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler.
So we just... Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave...
Sure.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe...
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, but when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu, sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people, sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, so you came looking for Master today?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any
Music?
It's...
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
Yay!
We were just talking about this thing called music.
Oh, really?
It's raining again? This isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us back a long way. Yeah. Hit. Take it easy.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything! Oh, whew.
The faint sound of birdsong.
Oh. Okay, fine, it's...
Oh. And
Hey! Don't you patronize... Hey! Why don't you just...
Oh, was that?
That was...
It felt like as I watched you when you hummed that.
Wow, Shen. Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like... What about you, Gun?
I know some local folk song. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. Yes, that's... In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, Nenny and Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with human... At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell. When it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making...
Yes. Technically speaking,
We should refer to each. Thank you. Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you. I've planted many types. You are nonsense. I have cultivated and cared for. I will save some for decoration. We can feed then. Thank you in advance. Do people say?
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminate?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated.
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of... Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern...
Thank you, everyone.
Is this? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Agentus, the god of... Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place...
Paimon remembers that name.
He was an old friend and a former rival. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably be... As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishment. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground.
How Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time...
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly... She always sought to make everyone happy. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird.
You... Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would... Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creation? Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup? Then you are Even one could never find fault with... Each of those old fossils had their character flaws, and we would drink together from a spot high in the mountains. Streetward Rambler would often remain to admire...
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus? Or are you saying that...
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely... One should have guessed that you would just... No matter. In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion,
While mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetward Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealing—
What? You have loads of friends! And you seem—
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Back when they were rivals, they would often— That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works. Having the ability to—
Wait! That's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. That bell has a sad history. Clearly she refrained. As for her old friend, as soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had— After all, we all—
Whoa! So they were
Enough of your intrusion. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used— But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after, music would go from mournful to soothing. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was—
But if she was so happy with the
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing— In response, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon— Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular—
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still— Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories— As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning— Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find that—
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer—
Oh?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time, but this doesn't bring the city. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace. Though these immortal mountains have no loss can Ping has helped countless people, though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music when we get back.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with—
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard?
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to— Say, if we planted
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still—
What?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Whoa!
It appears you made haste after all.
Oh, bless my soul.
Miss Illuminated Bird,
Said what, precisely?
because you're the one who—
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you—
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
One, given that lantern rite is almost a—
So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Cloud Retainer informed us that—
Let me... What a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived. It appears that she...
Who's—
We like to call her Guizhong. From the looking...
albeit reluctantly, one might—
After all, Lantern Right's very purpose is to commemorate, although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sight.
so...
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life, but as she interacted more and more with, she marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits. She told us, with the smallest amount of guidance, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her...
She always— that her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer,
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift.
as Guizhong once said, it takes when I see the sight of Li...
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she...
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year.
Oh, yeah! Music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music...
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as it's been a long time, and whenever I play that tune, there was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was, no matter how much time goes by.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I... But that is not to say that grief, despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy, and just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed...
Be that as it may, I shall leave...
Well, Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something...
Ah, and now we've spooked...
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer?
Huh? Does it have to be right now?
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't...
Gladly.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards.
You got it, Madam Pig.
Thank you all. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time.
Wow, that...
When that time comes. Wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the hop...
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news. Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin...
Welcome back.
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak would...
Are you... I see. That certainly explains why...
Huh, that's a really...
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now...
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally a Adepta, but Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know...
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical...
Yep, Kuchin summed it up...
I think... that can wait until after the concert, though. For now...
Ah, speaking of, Madam Paimon has a sneaky...
Wait, are you Oh no. Okay. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set off on our search with Gon...
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, music is like a kind of memory written in...
It sounds like you had an event.
Wait, does that mean...
As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, I'll happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Whew. Paimon feels like she's shoot! Latent... Zhang-Li said he wasn't in a hurry, so anyway,
Lantern Rite means that a new year is upon us.
All right, let's take a break here.
Oh wow, look who it... So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance?
After we have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front.
Invisible...
Gotta say, it took me a few... Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog. Come on, knock it. What's wrong? I've never...
They're one with my words. We'll take the stage by storm with...
For sure! The whole dip!
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on...
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of the... It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this.
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth.
Well, now I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part.
Oh, sure thing.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon. I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hu. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. You should join us too. It'll... Okay, everyone. Miss Eunice, such a... Well, you were desperate to get involved, and this is what it takes. If I gave you half the chance, you'd be sipping tea till nightfall.
Hey, how about I treat us all...
How about some... We could always just go pester... now I'm hungry. All right, let's knock this out and then go grab some...
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is...
Everything's great! But, you know, if you're so cute...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe...
Zhongli! Here you are!
Impeccable time. Traditionally, bamboo shoot...
Wait.
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly...
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's...
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent... Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not over... When the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Oh, Zhongli! She said it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the... When she says performance, she must be... As for the banquet,
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give direct... As for the banquet... Since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll...
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hu Tao, and this is a little something called...
The Flame Lilies!
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my
You two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh! I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey! Woo! Yeah!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao Lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
So lively! This is how a festival should be.
Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! Woo! And we'll be meeting at Shinue Kiosk. It's the place with a really long... As expected of the parlor director, always so generous! Come